Good morning everyone, welcome to a new video of Crypto Michael, and we've got a small celebration as we've hit 9,000 subscribers. Hopefully it's one of the first celebrations in the coming period, as this week is going to be the week that I'm getting my grade for the final resit, so exciting times, and the market is heating up, so yeah, that's wonderful. Alright, this video today will be about TomoChain, Stellar and Chainlink, as the majority of the questions are about these coins. And as you know, if you like my content, please subscribe to the channel or like beneath, that's helping me a lot. What we want to discuss about TomoChain is initially what we have been discussing recently is that we broke these 100-day and 200-day MA as well, which opened up a new cycle, and we saw it here in 2018 that TomoChain broke through it, started to accelerate, and a new cycle started, through which we can start deploying the strategy of buying the dip. Well, I've seen some other guys on Twitter saying today that the buy low, sell high structure does not work in a heavy upwards moving trend. Well, if you are not going to use a strategy, you're going to get wrecked either way if the market starts to reverse. So if something is rallying up significantly, you should still be able to define a support resistance flip and to buy through a decent strategy rather than just hopping in on something that's moving heavily, as 99 out of 100 times you're going to feel the pain of losing money, and that's just not what we want to achieve, right? So TomoChain, we broke above the 100-day and 200-day MA and starting to show a new cycle trend. A structure that you see quite often is that the price rallies up like this and then starts to compress and then shoots further up. You see it quite often recently, which you can deploy on the lower time frame, in which you just see the exact same uptrend constantly. Support resistance flip, OB flip, support resistance flip, including this small OB over here, another support resistance flip, support holding, basically you don't want to lose at this level, and then it starts to accelerate as it breaks a significant resistance zone. Now based on the daily, we can see that we are essentially inside resistance area, and we are accelerating upwards significantly. However, the whole structure is different than we did during this period or that we did earlier on. So in this case, I think we are around the cycle that we are just consolidating in a period before we are continuing. So it seems very likely that we might get another push towards 10k sets or 10.5k sets, and then get some serious some consolidation here, in which you don't want to see TomoChain drop below 8,500 sets. And then we get a support resistance flip, and then if we break through the next resistance area, which is this block, the next areas I'd be pointing at are the heights. So to 13k first, and then we're going to tap around 16 to 70k sets. So is TomoChain an entry right now? No. It's not an entry, but you're seeking for an entry in the levels that I've just pointed out. And if we zoom in, I think we're going to see that occur just like we see every previous level being tested for support. And yeah, at some point it starts to accelerate and you don't get this support resistance flip, but then you know that you are in acceleration phase, and then the price will come down there either way at some point. So FOMO is still the worst strategy you could deploy. So I'll be watching for levels around 8.5k for a potential entry. Tomo USDT, essentially the same as on the BTC chart. Heavy breakout, which is wonderful obviously. And now we are in a sort of price discovery on this chart, but it does not include the previous prices of KuCoin in the previous cycle. So essentially the same here. You want to get an entry in this area between 75 cents to 80 cents. And when we get that entry zone, then you know that you could use the small Fibonacci first, and then you can deploy targets at 108 and 128. And the second one is the larger Fibonacci area through which you can deploy 121, or you can use this one. Then you can deploy 145 to 226. But I doubt we'll go to 226 in one go. But hey, the market is heating up. So BTC chart more clear. USDT chart, nice breakout. Now looking for the flip for the potential trade, and then you are good to go. Then we have got Chainlink Reno, also heavy breaker upwards and now consolidating, which is essentially quite healthy. And we have been discussing this one previously. We've got actually three levels where we want to step in. However, the third one seems less likely given the FOMO in the market right now. So based on the daily time frame, we are looking at 76,000 to 75,000 as a potential entry zone, and then we can start targeting the range high, as you usually get something like this. And then we start to accelerate, so we get a bounce up and then it drops back down essentially again. So 76,000 is a level, 65,000 is a level. Based on the 4 hour, or if we zoom in some more, we are essentially at support. The range low is holding, which is also the previous high, which could initiate some further movements towards 90k and maybe towards the high at 95. Entry is a little bit gone, as if you enter here and you take the entry here, you take the stop here, which is about 4,000 sets, and your TP is 3,000 sets, which is not a great RR. And this one, 95 to 87, is 8,000, and this is 4, so 2 to 1. So then you have a scalp trade. The best entry is gone. If we lose this level at 85,000, I'm going to look for the longs around 75 to 77,000 sets. And then we get into the range that I'll be heavily interested on Chainlink in general. So Chainlink might be a little bit done, or might be ready for some more accumulation, which is fine. USDT pair essentially the same, resistance levels above us. If we lose the support level, I'm going to look for the block around 667, 676. If we do break and flip these, continuing these levels, then we can get another FOMO candle. But in general, I think we're going to see some more consolidation on Chainlink, and that's not odd. So if we get in these ranges, I'll be heavily interested. Then finally, the Stellar. People are so impatient and are looking for moon candles every day, while they are watching coins that are either moving already and they are feeling FOMO to jump over, or they are watching the 5-minute candles, and every drop they are getting panicked out because they are in a 20x leverage position, which they bought at the top because of some tweet saying that there's a target zone. And I don't know why, but people are constantly focused on the targets on the chart rather than the entry zones. And I think where you take profit does not matter. It's all about your entry in the first place. And when you get your entry right, you can focus on where to take profits. So what we see on XLM is that we still have that breakout from this long range and heavy resistance zone. And right now we are flipping the previous high for support. So we have discussed this level here, which is around 9.5 cents. And we are holding. We might get a wick towards 9.3, but we are holding. So everything is fine. And if we continue to grind like this, it seems very likely that we're going to take the high and then we're going to rally towards 14 cents. End of story. If you remember, Cardano did essentially the same. Just flipping level consolidating for a little while, and then continuing. XLM is essentially doing the same. You don't want to see it drop below that level. We might actually be here with XLM, in which we just go like this for a little while, and then we get a moon candle towards 60-70 cents. But on the BTC pair, we broke a huge resistance zone, and currently we are just flipping it, and we are flipping also the previous high for support. So we're just consolidating. I think we're doing really well, and I think we still have the same plans and strategies. So if you are in XLM, I would not be worrying. We just broke a 1-year accumulation range, just like Zilliqa did, and Zilliqa ran heavily, is now consolidating, but it ran almost 500% towards the levels we have seen in June 2019, which is the previous block, which seems likely that we might be rallying towards 1900 sets on XLM. Alright, thank you for watching. I'll be back tonight with the live stream at 8 PM GMT +2, and I wish you a wonderful day.